It's guards and bigs. I think they have a great deal of similarities. Clean eating means from the earth, organic, delicious. How about ButcherBox? Sign up today at butcherbox.com/herd. 2 free cuts of filet mignon, free bacon, $20 off your first box. I eat it. butcherbox.com/HERD. So it's very important that for a radio show, for a football team, if I say New England Patriots, their brand is system over player, really, really smart. You know, that's important. That's their brand. Golden State Warriors, analytics, very comfortable with stars. They shoot the three. That's their brand. You know what you're getting when you're going in. So everybody in the building knows this is what we are. New England, we draft smart players. We don't draft egos. It's system. It helps the scouts. It helps the coach. It helps the staff. It helps the owner. It helps everybody. Golden State. If you can't shoot threes, we don't have a lot of need for you. If you can't deal with other people and handle stars, we don't have much need for you. Establishing a brand is very important, from the owner to the GM to the coach, in sports, out of sports. Deshaun Jackson yesterday, and we predicted this. We said if the Rams get to the Super Bowl and win it or not, get there, they are establishing a brand in this league. And remember that Le'Veon Bell tweeted a week ago. He tweeted about the Rams. He said, hey, look what they're doing. It's working for them. Le'Veon Bell is saying, as a star player on the market, that's a team. I like that team. I like what they do. Well, Deshaun Jackson, not even a free agent yet, talked about where he'd love to end up.
Worst case scenario, if anything, I would like to kind of end up in L.A. Shout out to, you know, we got some connection from when I was in D.C., but, you know, we'll see how it plays out.
There you go. Think about this. The L.A. Rams have not been in this city for a full 3 years yet, and they've already established their brand. They are officially the glamour franchise in the NFL. Not saying the best, they're the glamour franchise. They're fun, stars are welcome, we'll take divas, lots of offense, we don't make you play in the preseason, our practices aren't burdensome. They've already got now play. It's a very NBA feel to it. Stars are absolutely welcome here. And you know who deserves credit on this? Jerry Jones of the Cowboys. This organization was in the NFL forever in St. Louis, and they didn't have any brand. They were Tampa. They were Detroit. They were Jacksonville. They were the Jets. They were Arizona. What's their brand? What's their point of view? What are they? Okay. Jerry Jones went to the owner, Stan Kroenke. They're very close, have been for years, done business for years, and said, get this thing to L.A. You got Los Angeles. You got a bunch of land in Los Angeles. Build a stadium. Okay, I'll go to the owners. Get to Los Angeles. Help our league. Even though they're rivals, even though they're in the NFC, Jerry Jones told Stan Kroenke. Jerry Jones also got Oakland to Las Vegas. Jerry has been on the forefront of convincing other owners for years and years. NFL was anti-Vegas. Jerry got into a room and convinced them. Those days are over. Wasn't much long after, sports gambling legalized in America. Jerry very much. People don't like to move teams. Said, let's get to Los Angeles. Stan Kroenke's like, I'm not sure how this is going to play. Jerry said, you got a bunch of land out there. Go build a stadium. Less than 3 years in the league, the Rams already have a brand established. And by the way, this is what every league is looking for. The Celtics have a historic brand. The Lakers have a brand. Golden State now has a brand. The problem with the Knicks is they don't have a brand. That's why it's an underperforming franchise. NFL loves brands. Green Bay's got a brand. Great quarterbacks. You know, the wholesome city in a small town. Green Bay's a brand. The Cowboys, the Steelers, the Patriots. I mean, give Jerry Jones credit. He got Stan Kroenke in this league. They didn't want to do it. They hadn't moved teams in a while. He got them to move to L.A., and 3 years in, we have another established brand, and it's the glitz glamour brand in the NFL. Not saying it's going to win a bunch of Super Bowls, but brands are important, and Jerry deserves a lot of credit. Joy Taylor with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
So, in the least surprising development of Super Bowl week, Patriots owner Robert Kraft would like to work out a contract extension with Tom Brady. That's a shocker. Kraft was asked yesterday about Brady's contract, which is set to expire after the 2019 season, and this was his response.
Well, think about it. The last 3 years, we've been privileged to go to the Super Bowl with a quarterback in place. I would be quite surprised if he didn't continue for quite a while as our quarterback.
Well, Brady has been taking pay cuts for years, so it's generally not a hard contract to do. It's
almost a non-story at this point, what Brady's contract is, because they get it done so easily. He cost New England just $15 million this season, which makes him the league's 22nd highest paid quarterback. In fact, there are 43 players that have a higher average salary than Brady.
Well, I think you could argue, Joy, the underrated component to this dynasty has been the fact that Brady never lets money be an issue. Now, you could say he has a supermodel wife, blah, 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 but it's very much like Tim Duncan. The Spurs dynasty lasted for like 18 years, and the reason was Tim Duncan, like Brady, never let money and ego and vanity get in the way of it. It's like, I'll take less, I'd rather win more games.
Well, I mean, look, it's kind of tough to talk about other people's money, because quite frankly, however you want to manage your career and the money that you make, I don't really hold that against people because it's not my dollar, and I don't know what I would do if I was in that position.
But
so
it does
is a
make
credit
it easier
to him.
Yeah.
But there are other factors, like he does make millions of dollars off the field, which helps to offset what he is sacrificing for that. And you can't argue that the money that he frees up helps them win. So,
it absolutely does.
But then, in the same token, I don't like to look at other guys like, oh well, Aaron Rodgers is making $33 million, so he's keeping his team from winning. But it's up to Aaron Rodgers to take that. It money
is,
or not.
But it's a choice. Aaron and his ego, he wanted the respect of the money. Aaron makes over $10 million a year in endorsements. He could easily take $23 million. He makes, by the way, LeBron.
I mean, you get into the argument of how much money do you need. Like once you reach a certain amount of money, it's like your lifestyle isn't going to change $3 million this way or $5 million this way.
Yeah, I'm not, but I'm saying in salary cap leagues, if you let money become an ego thing, like I'm going to stack it higher.
I want
higher.
To be the highest paid player.
Like Kobe Bryant at the end of his Laker thing. I got to be paid more than Garnett. Tim Duncan and Tom Brady, because I don't think they have that, money doesn't represent who they are. I mean, Duncan wore jeans and T-shirts to games for like 20 years.
Right.
Is that money never drove Duncan, and money doesn't drive Tom, and that is why their dynasty is extended. It's an underrated. Now, Pop was a great coach. Tony Parker their international scouting was great. A big part of that wasn't a salary cap league. Duncan made about 60% what he could have.
Well, the salary caps do make it difficult. You have to manage it, and we talked about how the highest paid quarterbacks, the six highest, none of them were in the playoffs. So there's factors to it. But again, everybody comes from different places in the world too, has different upbringings. Money means different things to different people. You have different amount of people you have to take care of. So I don't like to count people's pockets, but it is interesting. It's pretty remarkable what type of cuts Tom Brady takes. So we talked yesterday about the reports of an NFC head coach saying that C.J. Anderson was a better fit for the Rams than Todd Gurley. And Anderson apparently doesn't care if he carries the ball once or 20 times in the Super Bowl. After insisting this is Todd's team, he added this.
Our job is the same. As many first downs as we can get, whoever getting the most first downs. I guess that's how it goes. But at the end of the day, if Todd want to play 98% of the snaps, that's what he going to do. We're going to be okay with that.
This is still the biggest factor in the Super Bowl to me, as far as
the big question mark.
What to expect from the Rams, because I don't know what to do with Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson.
Is he healthy? I have no idea.
It was almost like a phenomenon what was happening in the NFC Championship game. No one had any idea what was going on. Then he just said he had a bad game, and it's like, were you even out there to have a bad game? I don't know what to expect from C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley, but that's the biggest X factor in the game to me. And finally, it doesn't matter who you ask. Every basketball fan, player, or coach has an opinion on the Jordan-LeBron GOAT debate, but Shaq doesn't agree with that and is standing up for his former teammate. He told Bleacher Report, "I find it quite disrespectful that they don't bring up Kobe's name. It kind of pisses me off how they just skip over him and say LeBron. I don't understand that because I was there with him and he was a bad